Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today, we're looking for that total eclipse up there in Google Earth. Now, as you can see, I am somewhere in the world with a lot of mountains with a total eclipse of the sun up there. What I'm going to do today is click to start and go to different locations where that total eclipse will happen or where partial eclipses will happen and simulate it. Certainly beats doing a lot of travel. So right now we are in Lynn County, Oregon, which is exactly one of the spots along that line where the total eclipse will happen. So there's the total eclipse right there. Let's go to the menu. And I think it's under tours. I'm not sure here. Let's see, how do I get to total eclipse mode in Google Earth? Ah, there it is, total solar eclipse. All right. So we're already loaded into Lynn County. We've tilted up the Earth so I can see that eclipse line. Let's tilt the Earth back down. Alright, so this should be pretty simple. It's the night before. The sun is about to rise in Lynn County, Oregon. It's a starry, starry night. The sun has started to rise. It's still beautiful here. The mountain ranges, it's very peaceful and tranquil. Not hundreds of thousands of people in cars all around us. It's mid-morning and the moon is starting to appear in front of the sun. These picturesque mountain ranges. The moon is taking more of a spot over the sun, and as you can see, the ground is starting to appear a little bit darker, kind of like it was at sunrise. We've got quite the partial eclipse right now. Again, darker and darker ground. Now it looks almost like it's night. And the sun gets brighter as the moon moves away from the face of the sun. And it looks like a normal day again. And all of this happens in a few minutes. Back in those mountain ranges. And the moon moves away. And the sun goes down on another day. So that's what the eclipse is going to look like in a little while. Without all that effort, though. Because, man, that was a rough one. We can go back in time and forward in time all we want. What I'm curious now, though, is let's look at somewhere a little closer to home. So we're in the United States, of course. Let's go to California. And I'm on the coast of California. There's 880 in Hayward and Union City. I'm over here, a little bit further up north in Pacifica. So let's go to Maury Point. So Maury Point is a hiking trail along the coastline here in Pacifica. Let's tilt the earth down. And let's see if we can get that same eclipse view a little closer to home. Let's zoom in a bit more. Let's put ourselves down on this beautiful ground. So there's the Pacific Ocean. And this is what that eclipse will look like from much closer to my own home on Monday morning. Well, this morning by the time you see this. So as you can see, the sun is still pretty bright. Even as the moon is passing over it. You can still see that the moon is passing over it. But that brightness is not really depleting as much as it does in Oregon. It's still a beautiful and picturesque day here. Now it's starting to get almost like a twilight glow as the sun starts to get covered again. And now it looks almost like it's dark, even here. Then it gets brighter again. So it's almost like a much less timeline, much lesser timeline here in Pacifica than it would be up in Oregon. So I can see why people would be traveling to other places in the United States to experience that couple of minutes of the sun being covered by the moon. The one thing I will say, though, is here in Google Earth VR, I can travel anywhere in the world, of course. So let's go somewhere else in the United States. Let's go to the East Coast. Let's go to Pennsylvania. I used to live in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. I moved up. Need to keep moving up. Let's tilt the earth back up. There's New York. There's the Allegheny National Forest. I think that's a cool place to go. Let's go to the Allegheny National Forest here. And then we'll tilt the earth back down. Wait for the forest to render here. Now, of course, the trees are a little bit flatter than they would be in real life. Let's move the sun back down to sunrise here. And again, just kind of a faint glow in the early morning. As it gets longer and longer into the day, the moon starts to take shape in front of the sun. And again, darkness starts to fall. And that partial eclipse here, because it's not total in this particular area, just as it wasn't in Pacifica, takes over. All right, well, we'll try one more location. Since this is United States based, let's see what would happen to our friends in Europe. Let's go check out Sweden, where my good friend Martin Survivor is located. Oops. Again, I'm just kind of going into Sweden. I am not picking a particular spot. I've also picked a lot of places that are away from housing. So it'd be kind of cool if I go somewhere like down here where there's some homes. Let's just give it a moment to render, of course. Alright. So it is twilight. And here comes the sun. It's just like a normal day in the countryside of Östersund, it looks like. I have to say it's pretty beautiful here too. Outside of Canada, I've never really visited any other countries, so it'd be awesome to someday go see Sweden. But as you can see, because the eclipse is really only in the United States, my friends across the Atlantic Ocean just get to experience a normal day until a hint of that sun creeping, or a hint of that moon creeping in just as the sun is about to go down for the day. And then we've got the beautiful sky at night. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the eclipse from multiple locations. Very special thanks to Google for putting this together to allow us to simulate the eclipse from all over the globe. It is only available for a few days this week, so check it out if you can. Get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.